Hey guys, Rich from Richmond Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. Now, as a follow-up to our who is the fastest character in Marvel Crisis Protocol, in this video we're going to be looking at which character packs the biggest punch. And what we essentially mean by that is which character can roll the most dice within a given attack. Now, the key thing here is that we're looking at a single attack, not an attack action. So triggers such as flurry or bang 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 we're not going to take into consideration. All characters will start with 10 power, but that will be a limit to how much power they can spend unless they get some help from outside. Outside help is allowed if it's acceptable within the given scenario, so buffs from Thanos' Death Decree, from Lockjaw and from Kraven are all going to be allowed. However, you can't then run a Web Warriors tactic card or Webbed Up for the 2 extra dice, as there's no way of being in Web Warriors affiliation with those 3 characters on your team. We're limiting each character to a maximum of 5 tactics cards they can use within a given attack, as that's the constraints within the game, and we're assuming perfect rolling scenarios. So every roller that the attacker, or in some cases potentially defender, makes are going to be crits. Now, a quick reminder, guys, before we jump in to number 5, we have our giveaway running for the month of July. So make sure you watch until the end of this video, make sure you've hit that subscribe button, and make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section on this or any other video for the month of July, and you'll be in with a chance to win a brand new character pack from Marvel Crisis Protocol. So without further ado, let's jump straight into number 5. So coming in at number 5 then is the Incredible Hulk using his Hulk Smash attack, using the tactics cards no matter the cost to reduce the actual cost of the attack by 3. And we're assuming here that he's getting an extra 6 dice from the 18 damage he's already taken using You Won't Like Me When I'm Angry. He's gaining 2 extra dice from Thanos' Death Decree. Now he can only receive 2 for this because he doesn't have an injured side. And 1 additional dice from both Lockjaw and Kraven for Interdimensional Bloodhound and Expert Tracker. Rounding up his tactics cards then, he's gaining 2 extra dice from 1-2 Punch, 4 extra dice from Battle Lust, 2 extra dice from Unearthly Rage, and 3 extra dice from Smash. Spending all 10 power available to him, Hulk is going to be rolling 29 dice before crits, but a total of 58 dice in a single attack when we include crits in the mix. Coming in then at number 4 is Magneto, and he's unique in this list in that he's the only character who isn't playing the tactics card no matter the cost, and this is because he's playing his own tactics card, Magnetic Crush. Now, for the extra dice on Magnetic Crush, we're assuming that the best case scenario is that Magneto can have 3 size 3 buildings within range 2 of him, giving him 9 extra dice in total. He's then going to gain 4 extra dice from Thanos' Death Decree, 1 extra dice from Lockjaw's Interdimensional Bloodhound, and 1 extra dice from Kraven's Expert Tracker. Rounding out his 3 extra tactics cards is 1-2 Punch for 2 dice, Battle Lust for 2 dice, and Unearthly Rage for 2 dice. This gives Magneto a total of 30 dice before crits are rolled, and 60 dice once we resolve all of those crits as well. Coming in at number 3 then was a surprise entry for me, but it's the wording on her Widow's Kiss ability, allowing her to roll 1 extra dice for each special condition the target character has, giving her 10 extra dice on her Widow's Kiss. She's also getting 4 dice from Death's Decree, 1 dice from Interdimensional Bloodhound, and 1 dice from Expert Tracker. She's also using one of her tactics card slot on no matter the cost, reducing the cost of Widow's Kiss, and then rounding it out with 1-2 Punch for 2 dice, Doom Prophecy for 4 dice, Unearthly Rage for 2 dice, and Heavy Firepower for 2 dice, giving Black Widow a total of 32 dice before crits are resolved and 64 dice once we resolve those crits. Now into the top 2, but before we reveal on which character has just missed out on that number 1 spot, I want to make some honourable mentions for some other characters out there that are either really bad or just missed out on a space within the top 5. So just missing out on a space in the top 5 was both Wolverine and Ultron, with 54 dice after crits resolved respectively. We then have 7 characters just behind the top 5, including the likes of Black Dwarf, She-Hulk, but also Bob, who with his excessive violence can roll up to 50 dice in a single attack. The average number of dice that characters can roll as a maximum is just over 46 dice per attack, but there are plenty of characters that fall under that average. 29 characters, including Ant-Man, Steve Rogers, Mr. Sinister and Thanos, can all roll a maximum of 44 dice in a single attack. 15 characters, including Ghost Rider, Enchantress and Quicksilver, can all roll a maximum of 42 dice in a single attack. And then rounding out the bottom of the bottom is Mysterio, Rocket Raccoon and Wong, who can all roll a maximum of 40 dice in total. Now on to the top two, and time to reveal which character just missed out on that number one spot. Now this is another one where we had to get a little bit creative, because Devil's Deliverance adds dice based on the number of other characters within range 2, and this is of course on Daredevil. Now, the maximum threat that we can play in a single crisis is currently 20, so that's the number we have to work with. There are currently 7 2-threat characters in the game, bringing us up to a total of 14 threat, and you can quite simply just add in another 2 3-threat characters, bringing us up to 9 characters in total that can be surrounding Daredevil, the Devils of Hell's Kitchen, giving him an extra 18 dice on his attack in total. He's also going to be spending one of his tactics card slot on No Matter the Cost to reduce the cost of Devil's Deliverance by 3. He's then getting an extra 4 dice from Thanos' Death Decree, 1 from Interdimensional Bloodhound and 1 from Corner the Beast. And he's then using 1-2 Punch for an extra 2 dice, Battle Lust for an extra 2, Doom Prophecy for an extra 3 and Unearthly Rage for an extra 2. Giving him a grand total of 35 dice that he can roll before crits are resolved. And this is actually the highest number of dice within the game a character can roll before we take into account the crits. Obviously giving him a total of 70 for the 8 power that he's going to spend. So Daredevil has just missed out on the number one spot, but jump down in the comment section now. Let me know below which character you think is going to take the number one slot. I'll give you a moment. Okay, let's jump straight into it. One of the newest characters released in the game, it is of course War Machine. War Machine has a unique ability in the game on his Empty the Clip attack, allowing him to explode 2 extra dice for every crit that he makes in his initial roll. He's also going to use No Matter the Cost to reduce the price of this by 3, and once again he'll get the extra 6 dice from Thanos, Lockjaw and Craven. Rounding out his tactics cards, he's going to be using 1-2 Punch for 2 dice, Doom Prophecy for 4, Unearthly Rage for 2 and Battle Lust for 2. But it really is that trigger on Empty the Clip that makes the difference here, as without crit, he's only rolling 24 dice in total, which wouldn't even get him into the top 20. But with that triple crit, he's rolling 72 dice in total, taking him to the top of the list. Now, one final thing to mention with War Machine here is that whilst he clearly can roll the maximum number of dice, beating Daredevil out by 2, he will most definitely be dead at the end of this attack, because once this attack is resolved, he does take 1 damage for every crit that he's rolled in that attack roll. So yeah, 72 damage there going on to War Machine. And there we go, guys. They are the 5 characters who pack the hardest punch in Marvel Crisis Protocol. Let me know down in the comment section below, did my math stand up? Did I get some things wrong? Are there other combinations you can think of that would put a character higher up the list? And remember that we're running our giveaway for the month of July, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave a comment on this or any other video for the month of July, and you will be in with a chance to win one of the brand new Marvel Crisis Protocol character packs. As always, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.